And boom, Mustafa. There we go. You're the winner of the Sidekick Sweepstakes.
Yeah, I thought I would make up for being late the last couple shows.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Actually, it was probably a good thing you were this close to being all by yourself.
Oh man! So did I miss like a song and dance routine that you were gonna do, or?
No. Literally, it was counting down, and I got to about the 20s, and then my internet.
Oh, it was just gonna be me.
Yeah, you would have been all by yourself.
No, nobody.
How about you host the show today? You take over. You do all the.
Okay. All right. Hey everybody! Fill your boots with some artwork, and it's a boot time that we come to. I don't know. All right, fine.
A boot? Really?
Yeah.
Really? You're gonna mock me for being Canadian? That's it?
I'm not gonna mock you. I'm going to celebrate it.
Oh, celebrate. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Imitation is a sincere form of flattery, right?
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Stephen Ohola, and welcome to MBartist Live. MBartist Alley Live, sorry. Oh, look at that. We've already got our peeps. Our peeps are already jumping on. Luke says, any guessing on how many guests will be at the opening of the show? Uno, babos. Basil says,
take the under.
Take the over/under. Yeah, we're gonna start with one. Anyways, happy Revenge of the 5th. I hope everybody had a great May the 4th. Depending on which side of the force you are, some people like yesterday, some people like today better. But we are
more of a rogue. I'm more of a Han Solo rogue.
Rogue. You're a middleman.
Do we get a day on that one? I don't know.
I don't know. What would the Rogue Day be that we celebrate? Would that be Batman Day? I don't know. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Hey, there you go. Han Solo or Batman? Who dances worse in the gray area?
Who dances worse? Well, I mean, I've seen Batman dance, so I'm gonna say him.
Well, that's the Batman.
Yeah. So I don't know. Han Solo will flat up shoot a guy.
Yeah.
Well,
Batman won't. That's his credo.
Batman will shoot the thing behind him and like knock him out. You know. Yeah.
You gotta love that, eh? The guy's a billionaire, and he has like a repel gun that he puts in walls behind you to knock you out.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Like you could stun him or something. I don't know. It seems kind of cruel.
Yeah. Batman can't afford a taser.
Yeah. That technology is not in his wheelhouse.
He's like, nah, too easy. I need my difficulty level to be up here.
Right. Exactly.
Anyways, guys, we are on. You can watch us on YouTube. You can watch us on Facebook, and we are also on the Collector's Toy Shop. And the whole idea is that if you ask questions, we will answer. If not, we're just going to go off on our own little tangent, and hopefully, we have more artists join us. But so far, the opening act is myself and Marvel and DC inker Mustafa Musa.
Yes, that's me. Hi.
There you go. Very happy to be here. It gets quiet when it's just the two of us, eh?
I mean, we can talk. We can cut it up. We can talk about. I don't know. Who's your favorite? Is it the good guys or bad guys? Sith or Jedi?
I was always a hero guy growing up. I don't know why. Like I was always Autobots. Oh, there you go. Right on cue.
Yep.
Mr. Fashionably late.
Yep.
You know what he said? He said, I'm going to see if this Rubinstein thing works and just kind of parachute in whenever the hell I want.
No, I'm full McCloud. 12 minutes and I'm out.
Oh, are you going to 12 minutes?
That's the way to do it. Put the timer on.
I kid.
Oh, that's good. I think we can only afford one artist to do that. And it's a good thing it's Bob, because I think after 12 minutes, he's done.
I think we exhaust him. Yeah.
But you can almost see him do this.
So it's funny. You were talking about you were a fan of the heroes growing up.
Yeah.
You know?
I was a good guy.
Yeah. And so like me too. Like I don't understand why people would root for like Megatron instead of Optimus Prime, you know? Yeah.
I don't know. But I was raised by a TV. I'm from the latchkey kid generation. Yep. So it's like I was the kid that walked around with a shoestring around his neck and there was like a single key dangling right here. I have a home.
I was come home in second grade and watch those cartoons. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So I always looked up to like the Optimus Primes, and I identified with Luke Skywalker. I always wanted to have that hero's journey.
Yeah. So I never understood why people would put Decepticon stickers on their car. Like, those are the bad guys. Also, they're usually planes. They're not usually cars.
Until the Decepticon showed up.
Well, instead of, they had like 5 cars, and then the Autobots had 5 planes. Like, that was their thing, right?
Yep.
Like, they wanted to do a little gender swap or something. I don't know.
Yeah. How does this Transformer identify?
Right. Exactly. It was non-binary planes.
Jetfire is non-binary.
Skyfire, Jetfire.
Yeah. Macross.
Exactly.
Well, essentially, the Transformers was basically what blueprints can we rob from other toy lines and mash together? And no,
I'll take that. I'll take this. Yeah, you would look at the copyrights and it'd be like copyright 1976. I'm like, Transformers didn't even exist back then. Like Perceptor,
Oh yeah.
Like there were some really old toys. Yeah.
Do you ever see the original lines, like the history of Transformers? They actually did one of those on Netflix.
Yeah.
No,
the toys that made us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
It's really cool because they go into the toy lines they kind of just glommed from.
Yeah.
So essentially, there was 2 companies in Japan, and then Hasbro. They were sniffing something was going on with GoBots, which was that Galoob? Was GoBots Galoob?
Don't remember.
If anybody knows who's the toy manufacturer for GoBots, drop it in the comment section. We'll give you a ticket, and we eventually should get to that stuff. But essentially, Takara. So they went over to Takara, and they had like the vehicles. And then there was a letter toy line that had like the jets, So there was two methodologies. There was one which was basically the vehicles, the smaller size, and then there was another line that had to deal with real items like the gun, the tape recorder, the microscope. That's why they never had any size relation, because essentially one toy line was meant for kids to actually have something that would transform. And then the other one was to actually play with. So there you go.
That's why Megatron would be like a full-size robot and then a little tiny gun that Starscream could hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
it's funny. It's like Star Wars week and we're talking Transformers. That's great.
Yeah. I think that's right. I think that's why he was second command. Megatron really liked being held close by Star.
Wow. It's good that he found someone. Jamie, we were talking about Sith versus Jedi. What side did you grow up with?
Okay, so the thing is, when I was a kid, I loved the Jedi.
Yeah.
But as you get older and you think about the hypocrisy of the Jedi, as well as the more interesting aspects of the Sith, it's like you start off a good guy, but you wind up a bad guy as you get older.
Oh wow, you are Darth Vader.
That's
right.
That's a clear sign of someone that grew up with the prequels.
Yeah.
You start off an idealist and you wind up old and curmudgeonly.
See, I gotta go rogue. I gotta go Han Solo. Like he's a good guy, but what's in it for him? I get that.
Yeah.
True.
So what side does Boba Fett fall on with the revelation of the Mandalorian?
I think he'd be rogue.
He'd be rogue.
Yeah, I think he would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's for himself. Yeah, like Han Solo. Yeah.
Yeah, but he has that. That code, right? Because if he was out for himself, he wouldn't have gone above and beyond like he did.
Yeah, but
go ahead, Jamie.
I don't think he really adopted that code until later, though. I really don't.
I think he was a one-note villain, and then they made him a more, intricate, complex character because of the interest.
So basically, he read the script.
Yeah. Like, hey, we need to do something with this guy.
He had lines this time.
All right, guys. Let's get into the house cleaning stuff. All right, guys. Welcome to MBartist Alley Live. We've got featured art prints because not only are we artists and we draw, but we actually like to show off our stuff. So let's walk through the featured art prints and look at that. It's all Star Wars. Who'd have thought? Revenge of the Fifth. All right, let's start with the first one. Bob McLeod, Lando Calrissian, basically thinking the window was the door. The next one is, I love this one, Chad Harding. Cool. The next one, cool. We've got Francine Delgado's Women of the Force.
Awesome.
Oh, Jamie.
Hey.
Ah, yeah.
Tell us a story.
Yeah, yep, Peter. Okay. Well, as you and I discussed, Star Wars Day was coming up. Wanted to do something Star Wars themed. I had to figure out who to do, though, and there was several candidates in the mix, including Boba Fett. And really thinking about it and everything, it was like, well, Vader's got to be the natural choice because he's like the iconic movie bad guy. So it was just a matter of finding his partner to destroy in this, and that came pretty quickly with Obi-Wan. I mean, they started off as their whole relationship was brother, mentor, friend, eventually enemy, nemesis, whatever you want to call it. And it was really cool to go delve all the way back to the Kenner Obi-Wan with the little tab underneath his arm to make the lightsaber extend, and just melt the heck out of him. I mean, you want to show the rage and the anger and the everything Vader felt for Obi-Wan, and just kept pushing the envelope a little bit, and it turned out pretty well.
No, I thought it looked great, and I love how you incorporated some of that McQuarrie original design, making his emotional whatever his emotion is come through in the mask. I think that's cool.
Well, yeah, it's like you had to make it look like eyebrows.
Yeah,
know?
Absolutely. And then the next one, I think this one's cool too. James C. Mulligan's Bounty Hunter.
Very cool.
We've got Joe Rubinstein's original trilogy logo.
Very, very cool.
John Hebert's Star Wars recreation of the #1 issue. Still waiting for the colors on this one, though, guys.
Wow, that's awesome, though. Even black and white is awesome.
Oh, yeah. And we've got I know this one's got a little bit of an oddball story. What's the story on this one, Mustafa?
I don't know how oddball. It's something that I did as a commission over a decade ago, well over a decade ago. And, it has so Darth Maul was not that big a deal about 11 or 12 years ago. And I was like, oh, yeah, that red-faced guy. They got sliced in half. Cool. And then Yoda? Okay, sure. And then this Kit Fisto guy. Okay, whatever. Sure. It looks fun. And, with Star Wars really kind of at a fever pitch and Darth Maul being so popular, I was like, well, I wonder if people would have interest in this. And it seems like people have. And I was at a show a few weeks ago. It was me and Ray Park, and he loved it. He signed it. We got a picture that I need to post of him trying to pick my nose. That was fun. Trying to punch a nipple. Like he's a hilarious dude. Yeah, we just hung out for a good little while here.
You know, it's the thing I just realized about this this piece. The move he pulled on Kisto. If you look at the lightsaber, it's going through his leg like a hockey stick.
Oh yeah, huh? Look at that.
Yeah.
I hadn't looked at it in a while. Sorry. Yes.
I got. Why is it I get a feeling I'm like showing you stuff in your own drawings?
Because I'm very old and I've done a lot of work.
Have we figured out yet who's throwing those throwing stars in that Ninja Turtle piece?
So what's the next piece?
Yeah, my lovely wife goes, "What are you talking about? They're going up, not out."
I thought they were going at it. Oh, I love that Star Wars movie.
Yeah, wasn't that great? I didn't have one, so I just threw it in.
Yeah, that's great.
Unfortunately, you guys keep me busy enough that I just finished my my Series 3 exclusive. I literally just finished it.
We'll catch up.
Yeah, I'll catch up eventually. Yeah. This time next year, I'll have my Star Wars piece. All right, guys. So those are our featured art prints. If you're asking, hey, how can I get these? 3 ways. Number 1, ask a question. You ask a question, we answer it. You get a ticket into the draw, and you could win one of your choice. Number 2, you said, Steve, I can't wait. I can't wait. Give me this one. Claim. And the lovely Love Jeet will take care of you. Or alternatively, go to MBartist.com. And with any one of these 9, you can fill your boots, whether it be art print, platinum, or canvas. And You making fun of me because I said boot, didn't you?
No, just that I've never heard the term "fill your boots."
Fill your
until
boots.
I met
You've never heard that term, fill your boots?
you. No,
No.
nobody has. No.
All
That's
right, fine. Go to MBartist.com and fill your cart.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Okay. Whether it be fine art, platinum, or a canvas. And if you put in the very complicated free shipping, you will get free shipping. So, guys, go check it out. We thank everybody for joining us. So that take care of that. So let's get that right out of there. So, being that it is May the 4th be with you. Oh, I guess we should catch up with our questions. We actually do. Basil has a question, and I think we kind of touched base on it. Who is your favorite hero?
Oh,
In Star Wars or in life?
Let's do both. Let's do both. One in Star Wars, one in life. Since we're making it a Star Wars theme.
Well, yeah. So Han Solo for Star Wars, because like I can't imagine anybody who doesn't want to be Han Solo. In life, I don't know. I mean, we've said Batman. That's a good one. Can I say Indiana Jones just to stay on brand?
Sure, go for it.
Because I don't want to be him too.
ooh, that's synergy.
Hold a second. I gotta. As you guys can see, I don't know if you guys are following the comments, but apparently Joe wants to join. Hey, you think you can help Joe out? All right, Eric's on it. Eric's on it, Lisa. Eric, if you can do me a favor, resend the link to Joe so he can join. He needs to get in here and ridicule us some bit. All right, so we got Han Solo and Indiana Jones. What do you say, Jamie?
Oh, favorite hero? I think as time goes on, I didn't used to like him nearly as much. No, actually, I changed that. Probably my favorite hero is Yoda when I think about it.
Yeah.
The old wise Jedi who, it's funny. Like as the tales get told in Star Wars, you realize just how wise he was and how powerful, but at the same time how flawed the vision of the Jedi was to everything that was going on. And he held all these guys together. He was like the backbone. He's the heart of Star Wars, in my opinion. I don't think there's anywhere that you can go where people don't love Yoda in some capacity. So that'd probably be my answer. At one time, it would have been Skywalker, but I don't know. I love Mark Hamill, but I don't know. Skywalker, man, I don't know. He's like, he just doesn't do it for me anymore.
Yeah.
In real life, no, there's too many to list.
Well, we only need one.
Okay, fine. With real life people or fictional people?
Well, I know. I
real life.
What now?
Real life.
Yeah,
Real life?
let's hear real life.
Okay, real life. My mom was probably my hero.
I knew. Yeah, there you go. But that's follow that one up, guys. Speaking of following up, look at this. When it rains, it pours, and just like that, two more artists drop into the screen. John Hebert, Marvel, Punisher, X-Men artist, and Barbie art director, and future Gem and the Hologram artist. Oh, I leaked.
What?
Francine Delgado.
I'm here.
Joe's here. He has figured out his technical difficulties.
Hello.
And in case you want to know what Joe worked on, read the shirt.
Right.
How you doing today, Mr.
I'm
Rubinstein?
going to church later, so I thought I'd dress for it.
Amen, brother.
Then you better have some asbestos stuff on, Joe.
God approves of comic books.
I have no follow-up to that. I really don't. Anyone?
No,
I got nothing.
Yeah.
not touching that one.
No. All right. Everybody just do the normal Joe reaction. All right. So we got three artists just dropped in a line, and Basil asked us a question. John, who is your favorite hero?
Real life, my mom, she kept our family together when we lost everything, and she was always an inspiration to me. As far as comics or fantasy world,
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Oh, Han Solo.
Han
Yeah,
Solo.
right?
Two solos.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was mine.
So we kind of expanded the question. Pick one hero from Star Wars, since we're doing a Star Wars theme, since it's Revenge of the Fifth, and then pick a life hero. Francine.
I'm not gonna pick a life hero because after Jamie and John, you cannot say anything else, or they're gonna sound like an asshole. So forget it. I'm going to go with Star Wars World, and I'll say my favorite hero is Ahsoka. My favorite Jedi is Obi-Wan.
Cool. Mr. Rubinstein.
Do the Ewoks have a king?
They do now.
If they know, they should.
They do now.
That could be your position, Mr. Rubinstein. Joe Rubinstein, king of the Ewoks.
Right. And you want one from real life?
Sure.
All right. Well, besides, the artists that I admire and have admired, I saw a piece about a Muslim man who brings dying children into his home, infants, knowing that they don't have a lot of time left, and he cares for them till they die. And that is a man of God. That is like, I couldn't do that. And he's done it 10 times. So that's a hero.
It is. And on that note, we're going to close the show and say goodbye, everybody.
You asked.
Wow.
No, it's a great answer. Actually, Basil asked, so I'm gonna blame him. Basil, great question. We're going to give you a ticket. I'm not even going to follow up. I think that should be everybody's hero. And we'll move on to the next one. Frank Scalix says hi from Germany. He also wants to know, what is the most underrated Star Wars character? Francine.
Underrated. I don't know. Probably. I think maybe the little Ewoks, because everybody thinks like they are only cute and like that, but they were very badass in their movie. So they didn't was giving like a love for them. They were more like underdogs. And they kicked the ass of a lot of people. So yeah, they were very underrated.
John.
What was Luke's friend's name that recruited him on the Desert Planet, the first movie? Most of his stuff was cut. I think he barely appears.
Biggs Darklighter.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the guy. Or Jar Jar.
Jar
I was wondering if anybody was going to say Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
Misa think you're wrong. Jamie.
If only he had too much screen time, more than what he should.
Misa high.
Jamie.
Ooh, most underrated character, R2-D2.
R2-D2.
Yeah, he saved their asses so many times. If it wasn't for him, they would have died so many times within that whole series. I mean, yeah, he unlocks locks and things like that, but hey, locks are important too.
You're right.
Is everybody else hearing that on Jamie?
Yeah, I think there's some audio issues going on.
Jamie, you may want to drop out and come back in.
Oh, I thought he did it on purpose.
Oh, he did it on purpose? So he sounded more like R2-D2?
Yeah, he sounded more like a boy.
Yeah, sound effect.
I was like, wow, Jamie's cool. He's giving us some sound effects when he's talking.
Mustafa.
Okay, I got two answers, and they're both robots. I don't remember their names, but the robot from Mandalorian that sacrifices himself at the end, like the little bounty hunter robot guy. Yeah.
Oh, IG-11.
Yeah, Taika. Yeah, yep. He was great. He was great. Like just a cold like assassin, and then a guy who ends up kind of saving the day. Like I would have liked to see more of him. The other guy is the robot from Rogue One.
Oh my God!
Alan Tudyk. He was great.
Yeah. KSO or KSCO or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, those guys were great.
That last scene when he's like fighting to the end to keep the door closed or open or whatever. He needs to keep it, and you're like, no, he's dying. And you're like, he's a robot, but I don't care. He's dying.
Yeah, I want to see like prequels for them. You know, like tell me more of their stories, even the robots. And, you know,
He was super sassy, like I know all the robots in Star Wars has like their their own like, personality, but this one was like super sassy. Like
he was very sad. He was a sassy robot. Yeah.
The scene on the scene where they're retrieving the actual plans, that was awesome. Like that was a great sequence. Actually, that whole third act was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go back and just drop in for the third act.
I changed my answer. I go with K2 with that robot too. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Joe, underrated Star Wars character.
I think the monster from the garbage heap in number 1 should have gotten his own series.
Him and the Wampa, they could live together, be buddies.
Yeah.
They just might. Star Wars Garbage Tales. There you go.
Now we're back to Jar Jar.
Anyways, thanks for the question, Basil. Was that Basil? No, that was Frank. Frank, thanks for the question. We're going to drop you into the draw. Andy Horning says, greetings from Germany. Our German friends are all coming, guys. Christian Grubman. So, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, Christian. I apologize if not. He wants to know, are there any characters that you have to draw but don't like? Joe, what character drives you nuts? I think I know this answer, but...
Anything Canadian.
That was so running so many levels, Joe.
And now I'm going to go pull out my Marvel Universe Canadian edition I got you to do. John, what's a character that drives you nuts whenever someone asks you to do it?
I love drawing Deathlock, but I hated drawing Deathlock. He's tough. He's got a lot of doodads on him, and he's not symmetrical.
Francine.
Like anything that has a lot of like armor, or like you have to shade all the metal, and it just drives me nuts.
Mustafa.
Again, I like armor stuff. Like
I know you're weird.
No, that's fine. Send them to me to ink. I'll do it. I don't care. Let's see. What was the question? Things. Oh, okay. So I don't like foliage. I've talked about that, right? So I guess Swamp Thing or Man Thing. I would hate doing that.
So you hate living things. You just want dead, cold, hard things.
Exactly.
Kinky.
What if we bronze the grass?
What kinky?
And then, yes, absolutely. Shiny grass. I would love that. Yeah.
If I was a psychologist, that would be a personality reveal.
Yeah, that's fine. We're all friends. Yeah, we'll admit it.
All right, great question, Christian. Thank you. We're going to give you one into the draw. Frank, here's a question for you. Frank actually purchased a couple of your Masters of the Universe backboards. He wants you to know it's amazing art, and he wants to know the Star Wars piece. How far are you away from being done your Star Wars logo?
You're talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
Who would you be talking to if you weren't talking to me?
Apparently, if you're talking like that, that would be Robert De Niro.
I think when my eyes focus a little better, about 2 hours.
About 2 hours. There you go, Frank. Do you have it handy that you can show?
I got it in the other room. I'll be back.
Okay, he'll be back. Frank, we're going to give you a little bit of a tease because it is
like the Terminator.
It is a beauty, this piece, Frank. Jamie, you're back. R2D2. You want to finish your R2D2 thought? Because for a second there, you were sounding like
I was just saying R2D2 is a guy who has opened there's so many points throughout the series that he would have died, or the characters would have died had he not jumped in.
Yeah. Joe, real quick, what's the dimensions on that?
I think it's 22 inches long by
now you're just bragging.
10 or 12, and it's very girthy.
Again.
I think of it as the John Hebert canvas.
The John Hebert.
Wow.
Well, thank you.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So I've gotten burned. John's gotten burned. 2 down, 3 to go. Unless Bob McCloud
I've been in
shows up.
a whirlpool bath with John, so I know things.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
My
And,
legend precedes me.
yes.
all right, everybody. Joe Rubinstein.
In the flesh.
I'm doing a Superman as we speak.
Frank says, awesome work. There you go, Frank. I thought I'd give you a sneak peek of that. I know we've been talking about that piece back and forth. Andy Horning says, I love Mustafa Musa pictures. Basil wants to know if Star Wars was to create a new movie about an existing character, who would you choose? I know we've touched base on this real quick. Let's go around the horn and pick someone new. We're going to do you are the showrunner for Disney Plus, and they said, I want you to do the next Disney series. I'm going to give you an order of whatever you want to do. Mustafa, what do you want to do?
So I don't know if it's cheating or not, but let's just make a movie out of Mandalorian. Like, I mean, I want to see more of it, so why not, right?
Okay.
Just make another season, please.
Like Mandalore in general, or just the character Mandalorian? Because I think that's season 3, but
Yeah, but like I don't know. I see like a movie like the final fate of him, you know, like how his story ends, that kind of thing, you know. Those guys, they don't last forever unless you're, I guess, Boba Fett.
I think
merchandise keeps selling, and then you're gonna.
I think starring in that last Wonder Woman movie nearly killed him, so it won't last.
Woo! It nearly killed me watching it.
I know.
I think what he should have did was rescind the wish to be in that movie.
Yeah.
How do you not
I want my
know
2
that's
hours
a
back. I know that.
You know, film directors are the only creators, the only artists who halfway through a project go, I don't think this is working, but I can't wipe it out.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe I'll fix it somewhere down the line. You know, it's like, and directors, except for Spielberg, are the only artists who can't afford their own materials. There's an awful lot of obligation there.
And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, Bob McCloud has jumped in, co-creator of the New Mutants and
I gotta go.
artist of G.I. Joe 1.
Hello.
Okay.
And it's still early.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Mr. McCloud, so I apologize. We burnt up 45 seconds there listening to Joe. I apologize.
Well, let it go this time.
So let's ask Bob. The question was you are now the producer of Disney Plus, and they've asked you to create your own Star Wars series. What series would you want to create?
Didn't we do this question last week?
Might have, but you weren't here.
Technicalities.
I think I said something like this. I'm interested in early days of Princess Leia.
Oh, on Alderaan?
Yeah, when she was a growing up to be princess.
I'm sorry, but you're under arrest.
No.
Jamie, Disney Plus just gave you an unlimited budget. What are you making?
Ooh. Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm thinking it would be interesting. Didn't I say Mace Windu last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we did
I
do
didn't
this
say
twice.
Mace Windu. That's one with.
Okay, run with Mace Windu.
The lady that betrayed Ahsoka, the other girl.
Oh yeah, you said that one too.
How about just an Ahsoka movie? That would be good.
Well, she's getting her own series.
Well, okay.
Maybe she'll be there. John Hebert.
As much as I despise the character Orlando Calrissian, I'd like to see the days at Cloud City before the gang got there. You know, just all the stuff that goes on. Like I said, I'd like to have seen a show about the bar, which is the characters coming and going and all the stuff going on around. And I think that'd be a great springboard, and I think Cloud City would be too.
You know what'd be really cool is if they took the Office model and then applied it in Star Wars.
Yes. Or the Cheers model.
Yeah.
Joe.
Something like the Umbrella Academy, but it's all about women running around in Princess Leia's gold bikini and what they can do with it.
I think
How
you're
is
on your
that?
own.
How is
So
that
you've
like
been
the
to
Umbrella
film.
Academy?
Well, they're a bunch of people.
Okay.
Fran, did you remember your Joe Rubinstein snare drum?
No. Like,
We're gonna have to try to work that in the budget. Okay, that question has completely thrown me off. We're gonna say thank you for the question. We're gonna drop it into the bin and move on.
I have always liked prequels, so I would love to see like what happened before everything that we know about Star Wars. But I think they're already doing that with the comics, so I will do a movie or a series based on the High Republic comics and books.
But the problem with prequels is they're going to live whatever they're going through. Okay, we know they're going to. It's like, Han's going to die in the. No, he's not. He's in the third movie. It's so.
Yeah, but it's not about you. You don't have to be worried about the fate of the character, but I want to know how the hell they get there. What happened before they get there?
No, I agree.
Who made the person they are?
Well, it's like with Indiana Jones, where they showed him accidentally giving him that scar that Harrison Ford has, so they have to explain it.
I still yell at the TV when Titanic's on to miss the damn iceberg, but they never do. Andy Horning has a suggestion for you, Mustafa. Would you draw Saber Rider or Galaxy Rangers? Have you heard any of those two?
What?
Yeah, it was like really long time ago. I had to refresh. I had to look them up again. Saber Rider probably, but yeah, classic '80s stuff. Absolutely.
Andy Horning,
either, but probably Saber Rider.
I would say 3/4 of our artists are available for commissions. Feel free to DM me if you want any more information, or feel free to DM Mustafa directly if you want to get a commission done. Absolutely. And guys, just as a common courtesy to all the people watching, every artist here, not only on MBartist.com and their individual sites, can you go get their artwork, but they also have original artwork available, which is a really great investment piece. And they are also available for commissions, except for Bob.
Sorry, guys.
Please.
Steve, I actually have to go. I'm working on our porch, and my son just got back to help me. I got to get going.
All right. Before you leave, let me give you 2 questions real quick. You can give me rapid fire answers if you don't mind. Christian Grubin wants to know, what's your favorite picture?
Picture?
Yep.
You mean movie?
Any. No, it's just any picture. Still, painting. What moves you?
The Mets.
Really? That's a pretty broad question.
It is. If you're leaving, I got to give you something complex.
Wow.
My favorite picture. I
I
have no idea.
No?
I don't know that I have a favorite picture.
Oh. Movie? Song?
Nope. I got nothing.
All right, sounds good. All right, we're gonna let Bob go because I just crashed his hard drive. Big blue screen of death. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
There you go. Bob runs out of steam quicker every show.
I know that was like whole 10 minutes, I think.
Well, he is
Did we get
a
our
classic
12?
from the 80s.
Did we get our 12 minutes? I feel kind of ripped off.
What do you mean my 12 minutes is up?
Well, when I was on the phone with him, I was looking over stats for the show, and it says that the average viewer of our show will watch for 12 minutes. And Bob said, great, that's exactly what I'm going to give you from now on. You only get 12 minutes.
They tune in when he's on, then they tune off when he's out.
Yeah. So basically, we just lost all our audience because Bob left. All right, so Eric is our technician. Eric, if you're listening, let's see if we can do a little animation that when Bob pops on, we'll put the Bob clock. We'll do it like an NBA basket shot countdown. 12 minutes.
Or that timer in that episode of MASH where they've only got 30 minutes to save the guy's life.
There you go. There you go. For us, it'll be answering questions. We'll do it like Family Feud or something like that. Okay, so let's we got to catch up with our questions here, but that's an interesting one that was asked by Christian. And guys, it is a broad question, but really, I think I want to take it from the standpoint of what moves you from a picture, a piece of art, and it can be music. Like, so, like to let you know, like every time I hear "Imagine" by John Lennon, I just love it. Or artwork by Degas, the ballerinas. You know what I mean? It's just there's just something about it that captures me every time. Or when I look at the cover of Giant Size X-Men 1. So there's a bunch of things. Mustafa.
You would like me to tell you what moves you?
Not me. I already know what moves me. What moves you?
Boy. So yeah, classic artwork that I liked growing up. So like, you know, all the guys I liked. I can still look at Brian Boland's Killing Joke art, and it still moves me. You know, I can still look at classic Neil Adams Batman. It still, you know, stirs something. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. Like, it's such a broad question. I don't know.
Yeah, but you give me a little bit of an answer. That's great. Bob just
good.
Turned down.
Cheers.
John, what moves you? What art moves you?
Well, again, a lot of the comic art that I grew up with, the paintings of Roger Dean, I love. And to tie in with that, there's a song that I just love that's kept me going and gotten me on my feet. It's energized me when I'm working in the gym. It's accompanied me through bad times and good. It's kept me company while I'm working at my board late at night. It's called The Heat Goes On. It was written by John Wetton and Jeff Downs. And it's the kind of song that if I'd been a wrestler, that's what they would have played when I walked the ring.
You know what? I think one day when we all get back together, we're going to have to shoot a little vignette of you doing a wrestling entrance.
Oh, good. I want that. You know, that was my goal. That was my goal. I wanted to be the first comic artist who came down to his table to music, but it never happened. So there you go.
All right, we're gonna rig it. Maybe it may take us a little bit of time, but maybe we can have it done for C2E2. I think that might be the way they have it laid out. That might be the perfect spot to open that up.
But I gotta come out as a total heel. That's the only thing, you know. Back off.
Jamie can be the hero.
There you go. Jamie's the hero. Yeah, but Jamie doesn't.
Jamie, have heroic music come out.
Oh boy.
Jamie would do the double backstab.
The double turn.
All right, Francine, what moves you?
I don't know. That's a very philosophical question. I have been trying to think while everybody's answering, but I like a lot of different type of art. Like, I prefer to watch traditional art over digital art. It's just something on the stroke and something on the lines that I like. And one of my favorite arts are like always watercolors. I like how everything just met and planned in there, and it's like kind of like every painter that paint watercolor that I have met tell me like they work with the mistakes, like their mistakes help them to make the painting. So I really find that pretty cool. But I cannot think in only one specific piece.
Joe, what moves you?
I'm just depressed that we lose people every 12 minutes. It's like, can we afford that?
Well, not with only 6 of us, no.
Right.
And then there were 6.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe if we gave away free meat besides
We're back to that now.
Well, you know, Rembrandt and Sargent particularly, and Vermeer and Velasquez, and you know, there's some fantastic draftsmen in comic books, and you know, unfortunately, we lost one the other day with Jean-Paul Leon, who was quite the genius. But I look at the old stuff, and I look at Rip Kirby by Alex Raymond, and it's just so gorgeous. And I look at Tarzan by Kubert, and it's just so gorgeous. And you know, nobody uses negative space the way Gil Kane did. You know, he really understood how to make a scene have depth, and I don't see anybody doing that stuff. So it's sort of like erotica. It's like the stuff you saw when you were a kid that you weren't supposed to see has a lot more charge than everything you can see nowadays. So that first formative stuff. But there's the Russian 19th century artists are some of the best ever, and there was a guy named Valentin Serov, and he did a painting. It's like 8 feet tall, and it's a mother with her newborn, and the mother looks to be like 14 years old, because it's like 1888 when you did that kind of stuff, and it's just magnificent in the look of this girl's face holding the baby, So that's one of the ones that comes to mind.
Just out of curiosity, just a quick segue, and then Jamie will bump over to you. In terms of the greats that you just kind of riffed off, including Gil Kane, do you think their greatness was learned or born?
No, everything's learned. I mean, people use the term incorrectly. You're not talented, you're skilled. You're born with talent. You're born with an inclination. You're born with a sensitivity to, I want to draw, or look at those colors, or whatever it is. But you have to acquire skill. And Gil Kane studied George Bridgman a lot to understand how to move the figure around. And Alex Raymond, who, in my mind, the holy trinity of all comic strip art that's not cartoony, is Raymond, Kniff, and Foster. And Raymond was imitating an artist named Benton Clark when he did Flash Gordon. And then he started to imitate Hal Foster, because now he got all ordered and all controlled. And then by the 1950s, when he got out of the Army, he got a much more modern graphic look to his work, which was wonderfully exciting. So he didn't say, I got it. He was always looking for something else. He was always looking to evolve and grow. So yeah, there are some people who are geniuses who just can do it great when they're 10 years old. Like Frazetta did a still life I saw the other day when he was 9, which was fantastic. But Frazetta had to amass information. And he studied with a guy too when he was a kid, So sometimes you get a genius that makes no sense, like that Korean guy that draws those ridiculously complex scenes without any drawing, But it's a good trick, because if an artist is able to stand up, be upside down while they draw this beautiful picture, and the guy walks away, all you got left is the picture. So who cares how he did it? So all of our skills, artists are like a brick wall. One brick, next brick, next brick. Oh, I understand. Next layer. You get one wall. Eventually, you get a house and you put a roof on it. You're accomplished. But to be as good as it takes, it took 30 years to be Joe Kubert, and he was great when he was 12. But he was always looking for the next thing to do, the next way to evolve.
Cool, Jamie. A little sidetrack there. We're going to circle it back. The question was a piece of art that moves you.
Oh man. Actually, I find like the audiovisual, like motion pictures, move me more than anything else. I can't tell you the amount of like TV and movies that have like inspired me, or like just stirred up something in me. Like, like I think it was John last week talked about the first time he saw Star Wars or something. It's like you walk out of the theater and you get this feeling, this overwhelming feeling of like, oh my gosh, like just overwhelming happiness and like exuberation and like all the adjectives you want to put in there. But I just think like audiovisual medium hard to beat in terms of like stirring emotion. I do get really emotional when it comes to like in particular movies, but TV is also good as well. Hell, there was even a commercial the other day that stirred up something in me, which was weird. Found myself tearing up just a tiny bit at.
That windshield breaking commercial. I know what you mean. I always get tears too. I think about the family, and I think about the pain they must have gone through when they saw that crack.
Actually, you know what? Not to take away from this, but there used to be a commercial for GM OnStar. Maybe you remember it. It started out with guys in a firehouse working, just, cooking food, whatever, sitting around having dinner. And you see this woman driving around like the hills of LA, and a deer runs out in front of her and she crashes. Do you remember that commercial?
No,
I think I might.
She goes off the road and she hits OnStar, and you hear the operator answer, right. And then you see the guys at the firehouse, and the overhead goes off, and they jump and they run, and then you see the flashing lights and the rigs coming up the hill, and it's going to be okay. And that still chokes me up when I think about it, because I used to do that, and I got to feel good about that. You know what I mean? And the way they directed that, it felt again like when we'd be sitting in a meeting room and the overhead would go off, and it was just cool to see who jumped up and ran for that door first.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
There was a commercial when cell phones first started happening, where it's a man and a woman going, "I'm at 5th and 69th. Where are you? I'm at 59th and 7th." It says, "Okay, let's meet in the middle." And it was like, oh yeah, that could stop a lot of problems if you're able to actually talk to the person while you're looking for them. And it's just obviously telling people this will make your life a better place. Get it?
Yeah, like I'm a sucker for those. They post on Facebook a lot. Are those the military families come home and they surprise?
Right.
Oh my God, yeah.
Come home, they surprise the families. Oh my God. You want to talk about needing a tissue? Holy crap! I'm like,
and the animal stuff too. That kills me.
Yeah.
Hey, you want something else that'll make you really cry? Okay.
Oh no.
For a good day. No, it's these videos where these colorblind people are given the glasses that let them see color for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And they can't believe it. And oh my God. And I keep thinking, what kind of shitty family is this that they waited till he was 65 to buy him those glasses?
Not to bring it around, but in terms of inspirational commercials, I don't know if you saw this one, but the couple is out for a date and they exchange gifts. He gives her like the chocolates, the roses, everything, and she goes, "Your gift is outside." So he runs outside, and it turns out it's the Millennium Falcon. And he runs up, and before he scoots up the ramp, he goes, "I love you," and she's like,
"I know."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I turned to my wife and I'm like, "Huh?"
No.
Oh, come on! You're telling me that you wouldn't want to fly the Millennium Falcon?
I mean, it only costs the GDP of a small country to build it, maybe.
Well, I think we have to figure out the propulsion first.
Remember the Sam Kinison bit about the ads to raise money for like oh God, where was the desert where people were starving? You think the cameraman could give the kid a sandwich?
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
There was this guy who used to be on the Howard Stern show, whose father was like the head of the mafia in Las Vegas, and he told the story that when he was a kid, they brought one of the Saturn spaceships to his backyard, and he said, "Okay, we can't keep it, but you can play with it for a while." So.
Oh, looks like we found the commercial. Oh, okay. I totally did not remember this correctly. So he buys her a car. She gets him
a Star Wars. Yeah.
I want to know where he got the bow.
What is this a commercial for?
I have no. Star Wars Weekend at Disney.
Okay,
Disney.
That makes sense.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, has anybody here been to the new Star Wars land at Disney World or Disneyland?
Not me.
I got friends that have gone. They said it's amazing.
I mean, COVID and stuff, so no.
If James Mulligan was here, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I was there yesterday."
Yeah, I think he lives there.
He lives there.
Does anybody have any interest in going?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'd like to go. Sure.
Because I'm telling you right now, I've already warned my wife. Like, we know we have to take the kids to Disney World, but I already told her that as I walk up that ramp, I plan on digressing a decade a step, and I'm gonna just cry. I'm probably gonna cry. I know I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry when I get the bill for it because I got 3 kids. It's gonna be like a car loan for me.
I begged you not to have children.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, his wife was like, "Come on."
You know, that's the old joke about the ant and the elephant have sex, and then he wakes up the next morning, the elephant's dead, and he's like, "Great, one moment of pleasure, and I got to work for the rest of my life to bury this thing."
Oh wow.
That was deep.
That's deep, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're gonna do a little rapid fire. We're a little behind on the questions here. All right. So Basil wants to know, and Lovejeet, if you're listening, just keep up with the questions. Just keep adding tickets as you see questions.
Can we just answer the same questions every 12 minutes?
Sure.
Okay.
Can we just repeat the show every 12 minutes?
Yeah. Put it on a loop.
We'll put
No.
it on.
So
There
we
you
do
go.
like a super cool 12 minutes backup show and then just keep it in a loop, keep it in a loop. Steven, why did you tell us that news? That was a very unsettling news about that we listen people every 12 minutes.
Well, if you want, we could just cycle people every 12 minutes.
There you go.
Okay, let's do a little. Let's catch up here. We're going to do some rapid fire questions, and then we'll just have like an open discussion here. So Basil wants to know. This is from Basil's son. And Basil, what's your son's name? I remember you saying it before, but I can't remember. Has anybody here drawn manga or anime? Let's go around real quick.
Yeah.
Mustafa, what titles have you worked on?
Oh no, I just it's mostly for commissions and stuff. I've done like a manga style for the stuff, but actually I was at a show in San Antonio just this past weekend, and there's some voice actors that I've done artwork for, and so here's an example of some of what it looks like when I do it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so if you know Dragon Ball Z, then you might know this. And anyway, he signed it for me there, so that's nice. I'll be working on some more anime stuff for him.
And you just had it right there, like Basil knew, like you knew Basil was going to ask that question.
No, I just wanted to show it off because it was cool, and I wanted to talk about my weekend. I have other things, but I'll show those later.
If I told you about my weekend, we wouldn't have a show anymore.
Let's do it.
All right, John. Okay, try it without getting us canceled, John. Have you ever worked on any anime?
It's really not my style. The only anime I've ever drawn was my mother. Believe it or not, that was her first name.
Your mother's name was Anime?
Yeah, I mean, that's spelled that way. Anna May.
Oh, Annie. Oh, okay.
His
Cool.
mother was Anime Wong. He doesn't like to brag about it.
Right.
All right, Fran. Fran,
Yeah.
have you ever worked on any anime?
The first comic I drew was a manga, like ever, because I was way younger and I didn't want to do anything else that was a manga in my life. So yeah, first thing that I did was a manga. I was like super funny and like, characters doing stupid stuff, silly stuff all the time. And this is like a little draw that I did based on my characters from my first comic. They change a lot now because now my style changed. But at the beginning, I think I start drawing with anime, and sometimes I do commissions and stuff. I did this cover. I think I saw it the other day, but let me share it with you guys.
Okay, this may be just me, but I think you got a little bit of reverb. Does anybody else hear that reverb from Fran?
Really?
Maybe.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
Okay, so that one was like a cover for a manga that that guy was drawing, writing, and he asked me to do the cover. Oh, I can hear like my audio is funky now.
Yeah, I think you may want to drop out and try to reconnect, Fran.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I hear it very, very weird. Okay,
Drop
Yeah,
off
I
and
can-
turn on.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about her now while she's gone. Okay.
Joe, anime. You ever work on any anime?
I worked for an Italian comic book company where Jim Fern was drawing anime and I was inking it. So it was a German and a Jew working for Italians, making believe we were Japanese.
Uh-oh.
So when you think about it, That's 3 arms of the axis of evil right there.
Oh my gosh.
It's a Jerry Lewis movie in the making.
Yeah.
Jamie, any anime?
Just commissions and individual pieces. That's about it. I had an opportunity to do something some time ago, but that whole thing fell apart.
And Tarek, I can tell you that I was lucky enough to work on the first season of Cardcaptor Sakura, and that was a long time ago. So if you're a fan of that show, I got to do some work on that one.
Do you find doing animation at all satisfying, considering you're such a small part of it?
Yeah. It depends on what you do in the show. There's still creativity that's required. It's just got a lot more moving pieces because of the filmmaking process. So like I could tell you, like my first job, I was a character designer. And then it's not that was satisfying, but I got to make creative choices in terms of look and feel of the characters. And then after that, I got to do in-betweening on Beauty and the Beast. The great part of that was I got a crash course on animating with some of the best animators on the planet. So that was great. And then when I worked for Nelvana, I started with storyboards. And that's when I really got the bug in terms of, what happens next, story structure, all that type of stuff. And then I got to do marketing and promotion. So, yeah, it's animation. Like the common thing I get is it boring? And I don't think it's boring at all. There's a lot of acting. You kind of look goofy because you got to do a lot of the voice, the faces, and you're doing the actions because you want to make sure it's believable. But
I got to step away for a minute, but keep talking.
Okay. So obviously my answer was boring.
I need the.
Now we talk about him.
Now we talk about Joe.
He skimps on the mayonnaise, damn him.
Anyways, guys, here's something really cool. Andy said, I don't remember, Andy, what piece it was, but he said, yeah, I want this. I order it. So he said that he's ordered 6 photos from Mustafa.
Yes. Yes,
I got
very nice of him.
There you go.
Are you talking about me while I was gone?
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Okay.
You skimp on the mayonnaise, yes, OB.
There you go, Tarek. We're going to give you a ticket into the. Actually, I learned something very interesting on May the 4th. Mr. Rubinstein, when you come back,
I'm here.
You inked the final issue of the Marvel run on Star Wars.
No, I didn't. I inked the last 2 covers of the Marvel run on Star Wars over Cindy Martin.
Is there a story behind those 2 covers?
I was dating Cindy Martin at the time, but there is a statute of limitation on that. So that was about it. She was my girlfriend at the time, and she asked me to ink them.
Oh, okay. All right. Simple enough. All right, let's catch up here. If Frank wants to know if you can draw a Star Wars villain in a total ridiculous way, which one and what would they be doing?
A what villain?
A Star Wars villain.
Oh, okay.
Anybody?
Ooh.
There was a Marvel house ad many years ago in the comics for, I think, a subscription to Star Wars or something, and it was Darth Vader doing like a soft shoe and with a cane and a top hat. I'd like to do that again.
You mean putting on the Ritz?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Pour it on the real.
Right.
I got a cold.
Yeah, just do, what's his name? Darth Helmet, right? From Spaceballs?
Dark Helmet.
Spaceballs.
Dark Helmet, yeah.
Dark Helmet. How about an alien swimsuit edition?
Sure.
Well, funny you should mention that.
All right. Sorry, Frank. We couldn't help you out on that one.
You do something with Darth Vader because it would sell the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Darth Vader and Princess Leia's bikini?
Sure.
All right. Okay, Basil wants to know, have you ever drawn yourself as a superhero? If yes, what's your superpower? Have you ever drawn yourself as a superhero, Mustafa? You look like you're
Oh
nodding.
yeah, yeah. No, back in middle school and high school, yeah. Me and my buddy, I would turn us into superheroes, and I think it was a little bit before Deadpool, but my power was just like I could take a punch, take a bullet or whatever, and keep going, kind of thing. So yeah, I had a costume and everything. It was really stupid.
When that happens to me, I just cry like a little girl. So
Yeah.
Well,
Why
I know.
was Joe crying?
hello.
I
He
just
was crying
arrived.
because you were gone, but now you're back.
Yeah,
Yes.
but now you're back.
Oh yeah, of course. You know, guys, I can go back and see the shape of this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Francine, have you ever drawn yourself as a superhero? And if so, what was your superpower?
Oh yes, I did a couple of times. Once it was like one of the Kick-Ass characters, so it was in a Kick-Ass world. So it was not like superpowers, but it was more like kind of like a Batgirl or something like that you have gadgets and stuff. And the second time, I had like these electric powers. I don't know why, but it was cool.
Jamie, I know you were a villain.
Oh no! I never drew myself as a
No, I'm not a
hero
villain.
or a villain, man. Nah.
Oh,
I was a kid, like when I was in art class, they would say, "Oh, do a self-portrait." Man, I dreaded those things. I didn't want to do this stuff, man. I wanted to draw other people. I wanted to draw other things. I was not interested in drawing me. It's like I live with me, and that's good enough.
John, have you ever drawn yourself as a superhero?
No, I've never found my own appearance appealing. I don't like the way I look. I never have. I've used myself as a model for expressions. You know, a lot of artists work with a mirror near their board. Other than that, I haven't. But my power would be to piss off pretty much anybody at the drop of a hat. Joe?
So someone who has that power, Joe, have you ever drawn yourself as a superhero?
I modeled for Jim Starlin for Metamorphosis Odyssey as a priest who does a pact with Satan or something, and I get blown up and turn into that long guy with the long nose.
Oh,
so
okay.
I also modeled for a character in Iron Fist once called, I think, Lieutenant Sharf, and I was always hoping he'd get his own powers, you know, and get his own series. But since my eye operation has been healing for the last 2 weeks, I have a perfectly round marble in my eye that looks like a magnifying glass when I look at something with it. This is a power I never asked for, and I hope goes away real soon.
I do have an interesting one. I never have done one myself either, but when I was in my final year of animation class, we did have one of our classmates create himself as a superhero, and he did it as his third-year film. So as part of the third year, you're supposed to go do your own 2-minute animated piece, and he did himself as a superhero, and his superhero power was the 2-frame punch.
The what?
2-frame punch.
Okay.
So in animation, a second of footage is 24 frames, right? So it's 24 frames a second in animation. Come on, Fran, you should know this.
Yeah, but why 2 frames?
That's a superpower. He has a 2-frame punch. You don't
Okay.
even see it.
Yeah, but okay, yeah. Okay.
I guess yeah. That was so
Francine, it's
exciting.
him, not you.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, when he did it, it was funny as hell. It was just.
Yeah.
Anyways, move on. I brought the show to a halt there. All right. Next one.
You want me to tell my dying children story again?
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, fine.
All right. So the Vanity Award for that question goes to Francine and Mustafa. Where are we at? Mark says, if you were going to do the next Disney movie, would you continue with Ray or would you do something else?
Ray's story has been told. Nobody needs more Ray's story.
No, please don't.
Ray's
Did anybody care?
Ray's story was told when she was called Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
She's the only character to have the same outfit for all 3 movies. Think about it. All of the characters, they always have like a little bit of different. Like Han Solo had different pants at least. I mean, geez.
And a
Same
vest, a
outfit.
jacket, a coat. Yeah.
Hey, she have like a vest or something different on the last one.
So
Change
she
her
had,
hair.
so she has poor hygiene, is what you're saying.
Yeah, man. Ray knows how to
Luke
do
went
that.
from white to black at least, you know? Like,
All right, so that question touched a touchy subject.
so no.
Yeah, I think that with this group was not very happy with the last trilogy. At least.
Well, I think as soon as they kind of fell flat on the Last Jedi, did anybody really care what her lineage was?
No, not really.
Yeah, like
When they lazily brought back the bad guy from the first few movies, that's when I kind of checked out mentally, and I was like, okay, I'm watching a video game. That's what it felt. It had a boss level. It had an underwater level. It felt like a video game. It didn't feel like a Star Wars movie.
If the person who hires for Lucasfilms is listening, I love them.
I won't complain if you have it.
I sleep with the blue discs under my pillow.
You said disc, right?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. Whatever you
That
want.
sounds
it
like
to
a
be.
personal problem, Joe.
It's like quantum mechanics. If you look at me, I'm there. If you don't, I'm not. It's whatever you want.
Well, let's throw this out. Let's stay with the Star Wars theme. Let's say in not a perfect world, but let's say they hand it to you and say, you do episode 10. Where would you take it?
Start out with an apology saying everything that's gone before hasn't.
Okay, first of all, I
Kathleen
wouldn't.
Kennedy singing "I'm Sorry."
It start out with Bobby Ewing in the shower.
Right.
I will make this franchise a favor, and I wouldn't do it because I'm not fan enough. So I will give it to someone that care more about it and can make the movie better.
Jamie, you're like me. You're knee deep in this stuff. What would you do with episode 10?
Okay, so we know what happens with Grogu at the end of that last season of Mandalorian. That's where you start episode 10. Episode 10 is the continuing story of Grogu. They've already set it up. You know, you can go back and you can tell the story of what happened after Luke took him away. And all this clone Skywalker nonsense is just nonsense. I don't even want to hear that. But I think that you go to his story and then he becomes the mentor to someone else. And then that whole thing plays out.
Yeah, that's the winner right there.
So you mean Kylo is not gonna kill Grogu?
No.
How about
Because
this?
right now that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. Like no, baby,
Grogu and Ahsoka. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
How about this? You take Sebastian Stan, you recast the rest of them, and you do the Grand Admiral Thrawn trilogy.
That's just like a TV show.
I'd explore the fact that Obi-Wan is gay and see how much of the audience I can lose that way.
There you go.
Well, if it's anything like this show, it'll be a record 12 minutes.
And how many more audience you will win as well?
Yeah.
You lose some, you win some.
We will break records in San Francisco.
And C-3PO too, right?
Yeah, it'll be the LGBTQ wars. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, Mark, thanks for the question. There you go. You get a ticket. Lisa's been to Galaxy Edge. Okay, thank you, Lisa, for rubbing that in. Fran Delgado. I know Fran Delgado. She's a longtime watcher of this show. Wants to know, what can we expect from MBartist for next month? Well, that's an interesting question, Fran. Why don't you share with us what is because we've only talked about it. I haven't really talked about it with anybody else. Do you want to share with what we're doing for Series 6?
Oh no, I'm saying because I love spoilers. So maybe people out there also want spoilers of what you have in mind for next month.
Well, Series 5, as you guys know, we were all celebrating May the 4th would be with you. So we are going to be at the last weekend of August. We are all going to be in West Palm Beach for UltraCon. And UltraCon has said, hey, Steve, we want you and the gang to do a Golden Age tribute. And they were a huge Captain Marvel fan. So everybody here has already selected their Wiz comic. Fran and Mustafa are going to tag team. And actually, Mustafa, you got a little bit of a tease, don't you?
I do. If you guys want to take a look, it's the first time I got to work with her.
Fran and Mustafa are doing a Wiz together.
Yeah, take it away.
There we go.
Wow.
It's a gang. Whoa. It's a gang whiz.
Woohoo!
I
That's
get to
looking
show her
fun.
earlier, and she liked it, and I was really happy to hear it because that was a lot of fun to work on. These guys are great.
That was really
She
cool.
liked it. It's
Her lines are awesome.
She liked it. It's an understatement. She was almost crying about it.
Oh, I was? Oh my gosh.
I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful.
I can't wait to see that with the trade dress and everything, the vintage trade dress. It's going to look really cool. John, just out of curiosity, you got your whiz handy?
Do I have my whiz handy? Do I have my whiz handy? I said, yes, I do. I have my whiz right at hand.
John took his whiz a while ago. Look at that, guys.
Cool.
Isn't that cool? I even love it that you did the classic eyes. Nobody knows this, but Captain Marvel is actually nearsighted.
Yeah. Oh, he was Fred McMurray.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
And guys, Joe and Jamie, they're going to be taking their whiz shortly. So,
Well,
and I'm trying to encourage Joe. Guys, help me out here. So, Joe, when he does his Golden Age tribute, he usually does it very traditionally. But one time he didn't, and it was for an upcoming Secret War project. And it was awesome. I think we've all saw a sneak peek his Magneto, and it was outstanding. So I think we should all encourage him. He should take the same approach for his whiz.
Joe always takes an unconventional whiz.
I think you should, out of just being honest, let people know that at this convention in August, Bob will be there for 12 minutes. Do you want to see the Magneto? I know where it is.
Yeah, let's see. I love that Magneto.
It's the Magneto.
I know it's the worst kept secret, but when we eventually get around to doing the Secret Wars, and I know I think everybody here has got their Secret Wars done. Almost everybody, right, Mustafa?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I have to do one too.
Really?
I just
totally forgot about it.
Look at that, guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, David.
What's the size of that paper there, Joe?
18 inches, 20 inches, something like that. It's a full Canson board.
It's a Hebert.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So pretty.
Anything over 18 inches is going to be called the Hebert size.
Hey. Look at it.
Or fun size.
I'm living large. Yeah,
We're going to basically do that Mr. Big commercial. When you're this big, they call you Hebert.
Right.
It's
That's
at
right.
Starbucks. Fuente or Hebert.
Anyways, but I think that's fantastic. So another thing that I haven't talked to you guys, and then I'm going to tease this up. So the thing about UltraCon that makes it unique to a regular show is that it is run by the curators of the Collector's Toy Shop, Irving and Vicky Santiago. So it's more geared towards the toy industry. It still has the comic books, some celebrity. The guy who played Buck Rogers, I forget his name off the top.
Gil Gerard.
Jill Gerard will be there.
Gerard.
The voice of Lionel will be there. Lenny Kenny.
But Lionel, what about the Thundercats? Shut up, you Lionel.
Yeah, so that's where I'm going, John. So what we're going to do is our exclusive is I'm going to do a list of, because our acrylics are coming in, I'm going to do a list of toys, whether it be Master of the Universe, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and I'm going to say to our great artist, pick one, and that is going to be your exclusive, and we're going to have it ready for UltraCon. And Francine has jumped the gun because she pulled one off the board.
Know. I'm
She
not
pulled
sure
one
anymore.
off the board. I showed her the acrylic.
No. I'm not sure anymore, Steven.
What?
I know. It's Mustafa's fault.
What did you do, Mustafa?
Me? What did I do?
I don't know. You were saying some stuff, and I was listening to them like.
You didn't like her idea, Mustafa?
No, I do. No, honestly, anything that I work on, I'd work on with her. So yeah, I just didn't grow up with it as much.
Of course
Anyways,
not.
Can we say what you picked? Because I thought it was a great idea.
I just was thinking, I love it, but I was thinking maybe it's not the target market. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you what John picked. Actually, John didn't pick it. I actually strongly suggested it. So, as you know, John likes to do the cover recreations. He did a really great rendition of Star Wars #1, which is now available on MBartist.com and JohnnyHebertArt.com. But, John, what did I ask you to do? And you accepted, and I'm excited to see it.
You asked me to do a reimagining of the Marvel Thundercats #1.
So that's what John's going to be doing. And Jamie has jumped the gun. His is already done. What's your Series 6 there, Jamie?
Oh boy, refresh my memory. Lack of sleep, dude. Lack of sleep.
It featured a pair of robots.
I don't remember.
It's available on MBartist. You jumped the gun so much, and people already pre-ordered the damn thing. It's your Megatron.
Oh yeah. Megatron, right? Megatron Optimus Prime, dude. I'm telling you, man. There's no blood in this body. It's all caffeine. It's all caffeine.
Yeah, me too.
That's what keeps it going.
So basically, what you're saying is your blood type is coffee.
Yes, exactly.
So I guess the one thing we'll have to see what Mustafa and Joe select. But I'm hoping, like if they select the Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, Silverhawks, Brave Star. Hopefully they pick something that we can. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
In case you forgot, there is Jamie's Series 6, which is already available on MBartist.com. By demand. It was in such demand we had to release it now. But that will be at UltraCon as well. But Fran, I'm going to tell him because I think it's a great idea. So Fran, I basically started throwing out a bunch of toys. I showed her the acrylics that we have coming, and I threw out the usual suspects: Star Wars, G.I. Joe, anything 3.5 or 6 inches, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and she threw out.
Don't say it, Joe.
Stop, John. Just stop. Okay.
She picked Gem and the Holograms. Anybody remember Gem?
Yeah.
See?
Nice.
See?
It's very girly.
Isn't that a deep cut?
Oh yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And if you get a chance to look at the Gem and the Hologram box art, it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a great pick. That's a great pick.
Okay.
That's what I said. And not only that, but she's going to do the idea is that she's going to do something similar to what she did for Star Wars, which will be a movie poster of Gem and the Holograms with the Misfits in there. And then for her archive, she'll focus on the 3 bands.
No, remember there are two bands. Two bands.
Well, we got to figure out what to do for the third one then.
Yeah.
What were the name of the 2 bands?
It's a Misfits and the Holograms. Oh, He-Man.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Misfits and the Holograms.
Were the Misfits the bad guys?
Yeah.
And they were so cool.
That's kind of harsh.
And then I told her there was one called Barbie and the Rockers, and I think I broke her brain.
No, I remember that. I remember Barbie and the Rockers. They were the competition. Yeah.
They were a rip-off. They completely rip off James.
All right, guys. So we're going to do our draw, but before we do, we're going to do one last question. Charles W. Morgan asks, this is a question for Joe. Joe, what's one character you never got to work on that you wish you could?
When James Robinson was doing Sandman, I thought the stories were wonderful, and they had backups every couple of issues by Gene Ha and people like that. And I wished I could have gotten to do one of those.
Well, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Definitely would have been cool. And actually, on a side note, Joe, I don't know if you saw it, but did you see that Marvel released an omnibus of all the Marvel Universe Deluxe editions?
I saw that they did it. I haven't seen them send me one. But yes, I'm aware that it exists.
Yeah, that was thick. And guys, if you don't know, Joe worked on the entire thing. And I remember you got to personally pick artists to do each character, right?
Not exactly. But to make it, I was on it for 20 years. And I would go up to people who I admired and say, would you work on this? And so even Alex Toth said yes, but then he backed, and Dave Stevens backed out at the last minute. But I went to Will Eisner's class, and I'd done this inking of the spirit, and I said, I'd love you to draw something in Marvel Universe. He says, well, why would I draw something that I didn't create? I said, for fun. So he did a drawing of the spirit for me and handed it to me. He says, ink this. So of course I never did. So
anyways, in a future show, we should run down your story about the Marvel Universe, because I think it's fascinating and it's fun. But anyways, guys, so just to reiterate, we're about to do the draw. Thank you, everybody, for your questions. I apologize if I missed it. It's kind of been a little bit hodgy-podgy today and run and gun. But Lovejeet's going to come on over, and what we're going to do is we're going to do one more run-through of the featured art prints so you can see what you can win. Oh, I'll just take the whole box. Woo! I got the whole box. All right, guys, we're going to walk through it. We're going to start with Bob McLeod, who can't talk to us about his why Lando's hanging off a window. Falcon's nowhere near to save him.
Oh,
We have Chad Harden's Boba Fett Gunslinger. We have Francine Delgado's Women of the Force.
yeah.
Jamie Coker's Villains Darth Vader.
Why, Obi-Wan? Why?
He had it coming.
James C. Mulligan's The Mandalorian.
that's nice.
Joe, talk to me about this one.
What about it?
All right, easy enough. Joe Rubinstein's original trilogy. John Hebert, Colors Coming Soon, Star Wars #1. And Mustafa Musa's Star Wars Force. And because oh, there we go.
Yeah, signed by the actor Ray Park. Forgot to show that one earlier. Oh, here it is.
Signed by Ray Park. Okay, guys, if you buy that one, though, if you buy the one on MBartist.com, Ray Park didn't sign those.
No, unfortunately.
And GeForce. All right. I didn't have time. I'm so busy working. All right. So, guys, 3 ways you can win is if I pull your name out of here, you can pick one that you want, which is an art print, or you can go to MBartist.com and fill your cart with any one of these, whether it be fine art, platinum, and canvas. Yes, I'm looking at you, Mustafa. And on checkout.
Did anybody here fill your boots before they met this guy? Fill your boots.
Nobody else has ever filled their boots?
Hey now.
The paraphrase, what is it? Mean Girls. Fill your boots is not a thing.
Yeah.
Stop
trying to make it a thing. It's not a
Well,
thing.
now, damn it.
Jamie, I just love it that you just referenced Mean Girls, okay? So I'll take the bullet. And the Oscar goes to Tarek. Basil and Tarek, are you guys here?
Bassett. Oh.
Basil, I'm not even going to attempt it.
Oh.
Basil, say I win, and to ask Tarek which one he wants. Basil, you win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. Hey, there we go, Basil. Let me know which one Tarek picks. That's awesome. All right, then the box goes away. There we go. The first one. Oh, he chose Boba Fett. That's not. Yeah, the first one isn't Boba Fett, Basil. You almost ended up with Lando Calrissian. All right,
we do have Boba Fett.
Yeah, you got your Boba Fett there. You can show us real quick. So, guys, we got 2 minutes left, so we're going to go around the horn. I want you guys to pull up something that you've got on your drawing table just to show us. John's grabbing something. Jamie, you got something handy?
No, I don't.
There you go.
Wow, that is so nice, John.
Cool.
And
Let me see.
Darth Vader. And working on this while we were sitting here, Han Solo.
Nice.
Cool. That
Nice.
one looks cool.
Yeah, the Han Solo one is so nice.
Joe's been working on a Wolverine backboard. Awesome.
Ooh, I like that.
That's very cool. Very, very cool.
Speaking of
Just
Wiz,
finished this
I'm
one.
doing this one too.
Oh, there's a whiz.
There he is.
Ooh.
If ever a Wiz there was.
Oh, and then we jump over to Sorry, Jamie.
That's all
Jamie's
right.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a lot going on.
Oh yeah, Harley and Ivy playing video games with two of the man-eating plants.
Do you have something real quick you can show us?
I have this one. I did this one for a comic with Jimmy Palmiotti. He's doing the third sex and violence, and he asked me to do a pinup for his book, and I did this one. So his book is a Kickstarter. He finally sent it. He sent last week all the digital versions. So his digital version is out. I guess I can show it now. So yes, I did this one.
Out of curiosity, Fran, there's one body on the floor, but multiple heads in the cabinet.
Hey, let's leave my prom night out of it.
It's not her first time. Leave her alone.
Oh, and here I finally caught up to my Series 3 exclusive.
Oh, you're finally showing stuff.
I actually found this. I drew this like 20 years ago. Anyways, all right, guys. So that concludes another week in the trenches. I want to thank Mustafa Musa, John Hebert, Joe Rubinstein, Jamie Coker, and Francine Delgado for
But not Bob McLeod.
But not Bob McLeod. That's
Well,
right.
for 12 minutes.
We're gonna call his new wrestling name is Bob 12 Minutes McLeod.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, my wife just said my exclusive is only 6 months late. All right, guys. I want to thank you guys all for coming. Hopefully, we'll see you again all next week. And to everybody out there on YouTube, Facebook, and the Collector's Toy Box, thank you for coming. Hopefully, you come back next week when we'll have a whole new set of featured art prints. Go to MBartist.com and fill your cart, not your boots. And hopefully, we'll see you guys 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Friday, because we've got some canvases, we've got art prints, and we've got platinums of all the Star Wars that we will be selling this Friday at the Lost Toy Box auction. So from the Great White North and all points in between, we've got people in Minnesota, Vancouver, Albany. Mustafa is in Houston, and whatever planet Mr. Rubinstein is from, good night.
Good night.